win, but there's a special feeling when the last time out didn't go the way you like. And we're not talking about a loss. You got a draw, so you're still an undefeated record. But I know tonight you really had something to prove to yourself.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. When coming back from what I had to come back from, you know, the draw, then the drug test as well, the fight in LA, that stuff I think that the fans don't see on the outside, what we have to go through mentally after something like that, especially so early in your career, fighting in front of huge crowds, representing, like I always say, not just a city or a state, but a whole kingdom in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the whole Arab world. So it feels good to get the win. I thank God before anything, and I thank the supporters. I thank the haters too.
I noticed you were busy in there. You finished strong, some like combination punches. Talk to me about how you changed the way you fight to make sure that you got the W tonight.
Buddy McGirt, you know, two things, Buddy McGirt and Liverpool.
Yeah.
I did my training camp in Liverpool. I've done many training camps in Liverpool, but being back this time was the first time I go back to Liverpool in about 2 years, and they took me somewhere else. The fighters in Liverpool, you know, this city is the real meaning of you never walk alone, but when you're inside that ring, they give you that beating. So when you're in that ring fighting, you don't walk alone, and I felt them all with me, all my sparring partners, all my coaches there, all the people who helped me, I felt them. But the sparring in Liverpool was just another world. The weather, the mindset, but it was all again after God, Buddy McGirt, staying active, pick up the punch count. The last 2 rounds I didn't have Buddy because Callum Smith fights after me straight away, so Buddy had to go. But I had to stay consistent, stay patient, and stay disciplined. And I did it without Buddy the last 2 rounds.
I didn't realize that. Who was in the corner for the last rounds? Were you dueling Mayweather? You were in the corner by yourself?
You never walk alone. Paul Smith, the Smith family in Liverpool. You will never be alone when you know them.
Now, you got an opportunity, the first opportunity as a Saudi native fighter. It's not just about what the Saudi kids and upstarts are looking at here, but like you said, you're training in Liverpool, you're training with Buddy McGirt, an American. You're also an ambassador everywhere you go. What does it feel like when Saudi nationals come up to you in different parts of the world and recognize what you're doing for the country?
You know, it's just, I feel like a superhero. Really, you know, superheroes only show up when they're needed. But people always wish they show up. And that's why I always call my fights the much anticipated return of Zizo, of Saudi Arabia's fighter. Because it is so anticipated, not just inside of the ring, but outside of the ring too. That's why I carry myself the way I do. You know, I never talk shit, you know, I never talk shit. I never, you know, I always respect everyone. I treat everyone the same. And that's exactly the same way I expect to be treated and expect to be seen. But I have to show them outside of the ring, not just in boxing, through boxing, how to carry yourself in life. Whatever you want to do in life, whatever stage you want to get to, and whatever you are doing, this is the way you have to carry yourself.
You're closer to having 10 fights now than you are to your debut. That means you got to start sizing up opponents and leveling up. Where do you see your next challenge come from? And are you starting to look at guys and say, I need to beat him. I need to start challenging myself with a stronger, more difficult opponent?
You know, my journey is one that's never been seen before, given the background that I've come from, the lack of equipment that I've come from, you know, the knowledge too, the lack of it. 10 years ago in the Arab world, before Saudi Arabia became the mecca of boxing, today it is. I was coming up in a very different environment. So my journey is one that's never been seen before, and I have to take it day by day, take it piece by piece. When I'm ready, I will keep challenging myself and taking on tougher opponents, better opponents, but I'm just gonna take it day by day. I don't make any of these decisions. I don't call the shots. The day I do is the day I'm gonna retire. I have a management, people who know better than me, more than me. I have a coach who's a Hall of Famer. I'm not here to call the shots, I'm just here to fight.
Well, all the shot callers, we want to see this man back in the ring in May on the Canelo undercard.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure to watch you work. Canelo will be over here in the summer. Radio Raheem with none other than Zizo.